All right, so today's video, we got a Pro 5 Lucio on PS5. They say, hey, recently I created a Lucio build focused on generating my ultimate as quickly as possible. And that's exactly what this build is all about. Honestly, I consider myself mechanically weak with Lucio, wall riding, rollouts, smart boops, position, and etc. And I'm fully aware that these are areas I need to improve on. During this game, I felt like I was the only support actually doing their job, and my team didn't want to stay grouped. So I often ended up following the diva to keep her healed, which put me in bad positions, and I died a lot because of it. That said, I'm still able to usually generate 2 to 3 ultimates, sometimes even more, per round. So it says build explanation. A key part of this build is beat drop, which reduces the cost of sound barrier and lets me chain ults quickly. I'm definitely not Frogger, but this power gives me steady value and can sometimes lead into surprise elims. Crowd pleaser and reverb amplify this playstyle by boosting healing and rewarding smart position. That's what I use. Let's bounce, add late game dueling power while still healing via crowd pleaser. Overall, it's a fun, reliable build. If you're up for a different Lucio style, I think you'll enjoy it. I bet it's gonna be similar to how I do it. If you're playing Ashe, remember prioritize positioning, distance. Don't be an easy dive target. I like how we're doing a stadium video right now, and I'm also giving advice for the core Overwatch. This is just, you know, we still got it with the spectating, all right? You look at a build from the replay? Good idea. I completely forgot to look at that part. I'll just do it right now. It's fine. Beat drop, 20%. Okay, so you just go with the 20% one, and then if you land on an enemy with the barrier, you can do damage. I see. I've never tried beat drop, so I'm just curious to see how it feels for the first few rounds if you don't have... Because you're going to have either reverb or crowd pleaser, one of those by round 5. And I like having them by round 3, but maybe it scales better? We'll see. Maybe it scales better? Because what I love about the build is like you hit your boop button and you just heal people the whole time. But yeah, I do like the idea of this item. It's just, do I make it a round 1 power? I don't know. Again, you said you're fully aware of your position and things like that, so I'm not going to get too, I'm not going to talk about that too much, you know? You got a general vibe of what you're doing, so I'll let you do your stuff. You do get beat quickly. I have a feeling that this is a power I would try at round 5, and it would go really well. So I'm going to keep that open for... I actually think that... I played against a Lucio the other day, who they kept popping beat over and over again, and I think they got that power. I never looked, but I'm going to assume that's what it was now. Because we had like the same ability power, we're going like a same build, but I didn't check to see what their 5th power was. I'm starting to think that's what it was, because they went that one. I can see how quickly you're getting beat, so you combine this later on, I could definitely see this being really good. Bucket Boy's downstairs right now. No, I thought he was already gone. When I went down there, he was sleeping on the cat tower, but I was getting ready to leave for a little bit. Yeah, but so far, I mean, the build, again, it's the first round of Stadium, so the build is like, the way you play it's going to be very chill. Like, it's the only thing that you would have to worry about here outside of booping people is when if you want to have some fun, you land on them with your beat. Like, that's it. Like, it's very easy to pick up on the first round, I guess, so that's not bad, right? You can pop beat here. Absolutely can pop beat here. There's 10 seconds. There you go. Nice job. Behind you. I don't worry about the Genji. Don't worry about the Genji right now. Yeah. You picked up Nano Cola. Great decision. You got power playbook, ability power, cooldown reduction. Perfect. 40% ability power, second round with that much ultimate reduction. You're gonna have some pretty good beats. But I am curious though. I've never really gone down this path in this. I usually get the I think it's called Megaphone into round 5, but maybe there's a world where this becomes a round 5 power. So that's why it's always good watching Stadium stuff for me, is I learn things even for myself. Because like Stadium's still very new, right? Like when new things are out, obviously it's a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine. My only problem with it as a round 1 ability is that I feel like you can get some really early, like, good gameplay with the crowd pleaser and reverb, and then you bring this as like a round 5 if you get there. We'll see. I don't know what was going on there, but you're just taking, maybe waiting on your team. All right, using your heal boost randomly. Feels good. I don't know what just happened there. It felt like you just ran in circles, and I don't know what. There must be some, like, something happening in the actual lobby right now, because I don't know what just happened here. But that Lucio's going back to spawn. All right, that's a lot on your beat, though. I will say that much. A lot of HP. Yeah. Okay. And this is the problem I have with the build right away, is like right there, you're not doing much with that there. You're kind of just running in circles. I actually think I like something you've done with your build. I'm going to try this, but like a different version of it after. I think that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to add that power and see how I feel about having beat. Ah! Well, that's what I'm saying. Crowd Pleaser and Reverb, round 1-3, right? So Crowd Pleaser and Reverb, round 3. And then instead of me taking like and again, I think it's called Megaphone or something, I will try this one and see how it feels. So it looks like for you, you want a Crowd Pleaser round 2. You got the Crystal one. This is a good ability. You basically get ult quicker. So this item definitely goes hand in hand with beat drop. Then you got some attack speed as like your filler one. That's fine. I usually go for attack speed too. One thing that's really good is Lucio. This goes for either core Overwatch or regular Overwatch, is spam. A lot of people on Lucio, they do reactionary spam rather than like Junkrat spam. If you play Lucio with like the Junkrat spam equivalent, I think is the best way to put it, you're going to get a very good amount of damage that you normally wouldn't get in L charge. So attack speed is a really good option to go if you don't know what to get. So as Lucio, like just holding your button down and doing damage, like when you're just sitting here, is like the way to do it. Because you're going to get so much more L charge that might add up over time. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see how this goes. Now, obviously, you don't have the double boop, but you're going to get pretty quick heals on one boop. And don't be afraid to use it early. And remember, you can also have speed boost up, too, when you use that. Crowd Pleaser does work with speed boost, too. You're still going to heal. So if you needed to, like, speed your team out, one thing that's been really effective for me is I can go into a speed boost and then rotate into a heal boost and do a double boop. And, like, next thing I know, I get 75% L charge. I'll get Lucio beat in the first, like, 20 seconds of a team fight because I'm just basically rotating that around, and it basically keeps my team alive. They take enough damage, but then when I heal them up, I heal them so quickly, and there's so much to heal that I just end up having a bunch of ult. It can be effective. So, yeah, your build is kind of how I expected it to go. I still think I'm going to try it with I could maybe try both versions today. So, and with how long the stadium support queue times is, I should be able to get, what, 2 games in the 10 hours? So, we should be able to try that out. We'll see. Here we go, going in here, watching you go in. Remember to use your boop. Like right there, you should use your boop early. Because that heals. That's what Crowd Pleaser is all about, right? You can pop beat if you want to. Nope. You said, is it lower FOV than max? One thing I know on... It could be a lower FOV. One thing... It's on console, and I think... I don't know. The reason why I was going to say it's on console, because does console not have an FOV slider yet? People were very like, hey, would you mind asking about the FOV slider? I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So I asked Aaron about the FOV slider at like the spotlight. So the point I was making here is I think in Stadium, and I don't think this actually works in the core game. I think in Stadium, it actually shows you the player's FOV, not what your FOV is set at. Does that make sense? So I think I'm going to change this build around myself to make it even better. Not better, but better order of it. I think the order could shift. I like the idea. I think the shifting of powers might be helpful. Okay, so I want to point out, and this will be helpful to you, use your right click a little bit more, okay? I know that, like you said, you had a lot of things to work on. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but use your boop more. It has a quick cooldown, and you heal from it. Trust me, you're missing out on ult charge you'd be having right now if you just used your boop more. So... it will heal a ton. Did it wrestle? Now, did you do like the Olympic style wrestling? If you look how quickly the cooldown goes up when you hit your boot button, it's like what, 4 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. But then you'll get cooldown reduction items later on. You're gonna have like, it's definitely worth using your boot more. And thank you, chat. Appreciate that. Yeah, I had to sneeze for a second there. Almost had him. Oh, you might get him off the map here if they stay there. See ya! I think they hecked up their flight control. Yep, you got the Olymp. Nice. I saw them miss it. Fan Jess, thanks for the 70 months of the tier 1. Thank you. Heck yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Heck yeah. Yeah, that is a lot of months, Jess. Thank you for the 70 months. I appreciate that. Thank you. It was a very long time. Okay, I'm ready for beat. Nice beat. Again, like, I just want to pause this, and I'm not going to get... I'm trying to prevent myself from getting too analytical, but you're not booping a lot, so when you're not using that part of your kit, you're missing out on so many heals. If you right-clicked right there, that would have been enough to keep your teammate alive while going into the beat. Like, a right-click into a beat, you would have kept your Juno alive, and you would have been fine. I just want to make sure that I want to point that out, because I think this will be helpful to you, is that you're not utilizing the kit as well as you could. Maybe you get better at that once you get your double boop, but look at the cooldown. You just used it. Ready? It's up now. Now you can boop again. See that? It's going to be up again in 2 seconds. Here we go. Ready? Now hit boop again. Do you see? You're missing out on like 4, 5, sometimes 10% ult charge, like consistently by not hitting that button a lot. So I want to point that out. You did the American wrestling. Did you find that like in doing like a lot of that wrestling stuff that like some of like the people that you wrestled or wrestled with went like on to like do like professional like wrestling, as in like, you know? Huge. Nice. Good job. I love how the stadium spectates have become learning really fun builds, giving some advice, and then talking about random subjects the whole time. It's great. Good job here. Remember, don't be afraid to use your boop again. Again, because your boop will heal. And sometimes if you don't have, like, see your teammate's HP, just hit the button. 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 Just trust. Okay, you got the point. So we'll see going to the round 5 now, which I imagine you'll get reverb now, and I want to see if this shifts your playstyle a bit. You get reverb. You gain 1 extra charge of sound wave. Yep, so you got exactly what I thought, and then you got all out. I like the all out one. This is one of my early items I actually get because of the amp it up duration. It's actually even better. Actually, that item I would have maybe gotten sooner, but it's fine because you did the Champions Kit. So yeah, you got Champions Kit, they got the Crystal, all out. Yeah, you got 95% ability power. Now, one thing I've been doing recently, I'm starting to give up on like the going for like 110% ability power. And I'm starting to get around like 70% and then fill in the rest of my kit with like survivability. And what's happening is I find that I'm getting at like 500, like 600 HP on Lucio, and then I become unkillable, but then I'm also still healing a lot. I might get my beat like 2 seconds later than I normally would. I'm just in every team fight and they really can't get me. I think what I would do is if you were to do crowd pleaser reverb into beat drop, I think you would see better results. Now, again, I do know that you get your beat quicker, but I think if you're not going to utilize the landing on people with sound barrier to go for the extra damage, which is a fun part of the kit, I think you might be better off going crowd pleaser, reverb, beat drop, and then you can just change your item order and get all out first, so that way you're getting the benefit of the amp it up, and then grab the crystal one. There's an order here that you could shift, and I think would get a little bit better. You said your passion is the Vikings winning the Super Bowl? Oh. Well, listen. You got technically a rookie quarterback with, it seemed to have some high hopes for him, so that's good. I know he's not a rookie now, but obviously he didn't play last year, so when he had his unfortunate, I forgot what it was, but what injury it was, unfortunately. Oh, it was his MCL? Okay. Oh yeah, because I think it was his ACL. He probably would have been out the whole year, guaranteed, right? But his MCL. I think you see that in basketball sometimes, where like MCL injuries, you can come back after like 2 to 3 months if like everything goes well with it. Am I thinking of the right one? Good job there. Sorry, we're talking about random stuff now. I guess if anybody knows about ACLs and MCLs in the YouTube comments, you can comment on that too. There you go. Now you're doing it right. Okay. You notice how you're using your boop a lot more now because you have 2 of them? Don't be afraid to... Oh, no, you and walking into divas when they're going to remake. It's okay to use it more, is what I'm saying. It's okay to use it more. Yeah, I mean, now the build makes a lot more sense. Like, you're starting to see quicker ultimates. You're starting to get more value when you use your stuff. I just think that the order that you went would have been a little bit suited that way. Well, yeah, I know where the MCL and the ACL are. It was more about, like, the recovery time. Doesn't the ACL usually take a little bit longer than the MCL, if I'm correct? Again, I always grew up watching sports, and I always just remember that, like, I think with MCL, it was always a quicker recovery. I love how this video has become a discussion about everything and also watching a Lucio pop off. Hope you enjoy this. Oh, same time. Oh. Again, when you're close to beat there, I think it's good to just, like, tap the point, hide, and then go for your ultimate. I think that's the way to do that, you know? There you go. Using your right click. Yeah, this build's fun. By the way, chat, for anybody who wants to play Lucio, I'm a little bit biased because I run this build a lot too. Outside of the alt one, I'm gonna give the alt one a try and see how it plays with my playstyle. It is really, really fun. You don't have to, like, go and dominate mechanically. You don't have to go into their back line. You don't have to do, like, that Reddit Lucio playstyle that, you know, some players are really good at. You can just sit there, hit your boop button, and then have a good time. So now you're at 105% ability power. You picked up Iris, which is a good one. You get the cooldown reduction. You get a little bit of over health. Basically, you get more from beat there. This is where I want to start saying I think it's okay to build into survivability now, so that way you're just basically, like, able to stay in team fights longer. I need to pause here because you said the worst injury you had was your 5 bruised ribs. Meanwhile, I'm over here falling up my stairs, getting Panera, and breaking my rib. And actually, telling that story, you know that when I did that, I went and just played ranked the rest of the day. I forgot about that. When I broke my rib, what I did was I came back upstairs and won a game of Ilios. I did it during stream. I played ranked for like another 8 hours. The reason why I was rushing up the stairs, I had a rank game, so I wanted to get back up, and then I just fell right in there, broke my rib on the stair, and then went right upstairs and played ranked. Yep, not a good idea. I probably, in hindsight, probably not the play. Here we go. Now you're seeing the L charge really pick up, by the way. This is great. I'm loving it. By the way, so that's why I'm suggesting that maybe don't go into like the 105% ability power. I've been experimenting with it more. I do think that, like, around this part of the game, sitting around like 70% with survivability items, you'll be unkillable, and you'll constantly be keeping your teammates alive, and you'll build ults even quicker. Because I started to realize, I'm like, listen, yeah, I'm going a lot of these really fun, like, stack ability power builds that I've come up with, but, like, sometimes, like, you're just become a glass cannon, and I'm like, okay, let's find, like, good numbers that I can make it work with. And that's what I did. I found that, and it worked out well. So, yeah. You managed to rank up. Actually, let's go. Heck yeah, we love it. We love that. Arnie was up here. Yeah, but yeah, for anybody who's looking for like a very like chill Lucio build, I highly suggest this build still. Like a version of this build. Again, I would change the order a little bit, but this build is very relaxing. It's if you ever watch me play like support right now, if I don't feel like going like I'll go Lucio and just, you know, just boop around and get a bunch of heals. I'm curious to see where you're gonna go into round 7 with this, like build wise. Also, when was the last time the Mercy on their team fell over? I'm gonna look at the scoreboard in general. The Mercy has 1 death the whole game, chat. Look at that. Everybody else is like double digits. Mercy has 1 death the whole game. That's why the bounty's 3,000 still. The whole game, not just like this round. The whole game. Huge beat. There's your boop. Nice job. You're hoping that Kiriko will get some buffs. Probably at mid-seasons. There it is. Going for a boop. Nice job. Don't be afraid to use beat. Oh, good job surviving there. A lot of HP to have. There you go. Round 7. Here, let's see what happens. Let's bounce. Yeah, you have a better knockback, and like you also damage them if they hit a wall. I'm fine with this one. Again, I might not even go this anymore. I might go Megaphone late game, because I don't think I'll get enough damage there, so I would get more heals. But so you grabbed Cyber Venom as your other piece here. That's going to give you the when you deal ability damage, which works hand in hand. So you're going to do healing reduction and cooldown reduction. So you're sitting at 15% cooldown reduction, 115% ability power. I think maybe like getting rid of, let's say, like Nano Cola here, and then grabbing like, I don't know, Rustung or the reduction field or something like that could be really go a long way in this last round. You'll still have 95% ability power. That'll be more than enough, and you get a little bit of extra survivability. So I think just a little bit of an item like suggestion there. Maybe I can do more of that too, because I'm getting better at like understanding items. I'm not like perfect at it. I'm not going to say that every bit of advice we give on items is going to be the best, but I'm trying to like understand the items more. So like right there, yes, good job booping. Do it again. Boop, boop, boop. Nope, you went for a heal boost because you saw your diva that was like half HP. What you need to do is kind of sit in the middle there because you'll get the range. Just keep booping. There you go. Yes, do it again. Boop. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Boop, boop. Go into a beat now. Be aggressive. Tempo beat. Go in. Go. There you go. Yes. Thank you. That's what I want to see. There you go. Yep, just boop again. Nice. A little bit of a tip. You don't need to get too close to people on your boop. The range is a little bit further than you think. All right. Don't be afraid to use beat here. You get beat so quickly, there's no reason not to just start sending it. There you go. Don't forget about speed boost. Yeah, but I'm not going to overcomplicate it a little bit. I think, like, you know, I talked about it earlier where, like, I will do a lot of speed boosts in here, but if they want to, you know, play a more chill play style, I think that's okay here. I mean, like, you don't have to speed boost here. I think speed boost is really effective, right? But, I don't know, listen, if somebody wants to just hit the buttons and chill with their team, I'm not going to, you know. Yep. Nice job. Oh, your diva's in. Yep. Good heals. Good job. Good play. Down to the last team fight in the middle. Whoever wins this team fight probably wins the game. I say that, but I've seen some crazy, wild moments in Stadium at this point, so we'll see. Does that diva have ult? Good boop. Good job. Took the lead. Now you gotta start just healing your teammates. Pop your buttons as much as you can. That's the best you can do right now. Hit heal boost, pop beat right away. Great beat. Again, this is Stadium. Just start launching it. Damn, this is gonna be crazy. That Bob is in a pretty decent spot. Remember to heal boost. Just, even if you don't see anybody, just hit the button. I'm telling you, your ult charge will go up quickly. Except there when your diva ults. And you won the game. One of the ending right there. Perfect. The diva ult was enough. So yeah, your build, I didn't mind. I thought the build was pretty cool. I thought there was some fun stuff right there. Thanks for sending that in. We'll give it a try. I might reorder the build a little bit, but yeah, not bad at all. If you're watching this and you're like, hey, I want to try this. If you like this type of vibe and play style, I think you'll be totally fine with this build. So if you like the video, hit the like button. You want to submit your own builds, my Discord's where you do it. And hope you all, if you want to watch more videos, right here, little box. Check them out. They're good. Hope you have an amazing day / night.